Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. We're going to conclude Psalm 52 today. David gives us some great closing remarks here on this idea of the contest or the contrast between the man of mischief and the goodness of God. What the man of mischief had was a sharp tongue. It was sharp as a razor. It worked deceit. He loved evil more than good, and he was strengthening himself in wickedness. We know this because we have that judgment, that case made against him in verses 2, 3, 4. Also, verse 7 tells us a great deal about him. God's judgment is pronounced in verse 5. And then we see something about the righteous man. He'll see this. The righteous, the group of people that trusting in the Lord, they're going to see all this and fear. Fear God because he's keeping his word, but laugh at the wicked man. And why? Because verse 7 tells us he didn't make God his strength. He trusted in his riches. And when you do that, that's always a recipe for disaster. May I just please implore you, do not trust in your riches. Turn to the Lord. Call on the Lord Jesus Christ right now. He will save you. He will show you mercy. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, is the mercy of God. All right, let's read verses 8 and 9. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Wow, can you just imagine? This is just so wonderful. We began with that statement, the goodness of God endures continually, and now we come down here in verse 8, and David says, and of course this is a maskil of David, which is a teaching psalm. He's wanting to teach us something. Teaching us about this wicked fellow, the mighty man of mischief, Doeg, he's our example, what all he does, how God judges him. And then he says, but I. So here the psalmist interjects that first person singular, I am like a green olive tree, which is in contrast to the wicked man. The wicked man has been plucked up and rooted out. That language is not accidental here, is it? No, it's not accidental at all. The psalmist is using it to transmit to us this idea that the plant that was the man of mischief is now gone. But for the righteous man, I am like a green olive tree, he says, in the house of God. So it's not just a green olive tree just anywhere in any old field. No, this is the green olive tree in God's house. So he's benefiting from the presence of the Lord. His greenness, his growth, and his suppleness is all because of God's presence in his life. And he's doing that. He is that way because, next phrase, I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. So the goodness of God continues or endures continually, and I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. What did the wicked man trust in? He trusted in the abundance of his riches, which always fail. What does the righteous man trust in? He trusts in the mercy of God, which endures forever and ever. The goodness of God, the mercy of God. It's all because of that the righteous man can say, I am like a green olive tree. It's not because of me. It's because of the presence of my God, his goodness, and his mercy in my life. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it. Done what? Judged the man of mischief and made him green and supple. He's this olive tree that's in the house of God. So he's praising God for his presence and the result that's happened in his life. And then he says, I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Waiting on his name. That is the role of the saint. We are to wait before him. Wait on the Lord. Trust in him. Seek his face. Would you do that today? Call on him right now. Would you trust him? I hope you will. And join me again next time. We'll look at Psalm 53 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.